For Black History Month, I'm talking about the work of one Black biblical scholar or theologian every day, and today is Cheryl Sanders' essay, Christian Ethics and Theology in Womanist Perspective. Sanders' essay was a landmark moment in the development of womanist thought because in her essay she laid out a number of criticisms of the Christian appropriation of womanism as an idea that, if left unchallenged, would mean that womanism and Christian theology were fundamentally incompatible with each other. To gain a better understanding of Sanders' criticism of the Christian appropriation of womanism, it may be helpful to see Alice Walker's original definition of womanism in full. Here's Alice Walker's four-part definition of womanist from her prose collection, In Search of Our Mother's Gardens. You can pause here to read if you are interested. One of Sanders' criticisms of the Christian use of womanism is that womanism is, according to this definition, a thoroughly secular phenomenon. Aside from a vague allusion to loving the Spirit in Part 3 of the definition, there's nothing about religion in general or Christianity in particular in this definition. And if womanism is a thoroughly secular phenomenon, then it seems like the term womanist theology is really just a contradiction in terms. But several womanist theologians responded to this criticism by Sanders by pointing out that Christian theology has a long history of interacting with and appropriating ideas from thinkers of other worldviews. Christians have borrowed from Jewish thinkers and Muslim thinkers and secular thinkers and pagan thinkers. Christianity wouldn't be what it is today without appropriating huge chunks of Greek philosophy. So Christian theology's interaction with womanism is actually par for the course. Another of Sanders' criticisms of the Christian appropriation of womanism is that Part 2 of Alice Walker's definition of womanist explicitly affirms same-sex relations. Sanders thought that this was inappropriate and effectively meant that Christian ethics could not faithfully interact with womanism. Again, a number of womanist ethicists responded to Sanders' criticism and pointed out that there were a variety of kinds of Christianity that were LGBTQ+ affirming, and that these ethicists had no problem doing Christian ethics with a basic affirmation of same-sex relationships in mind. After the publication of her essay and a round of responses from womanist thinkers, Sanders conceded that her perspective had been too narrow, and that Christian theology and ethics can fruitfully interact with womanism. This exchange between Sanders and other womanist thinkers happened almost 30 years ago now and was very important for helping to clarify the relationship between womanism and Christian theology and ethics. Sanders herself would go on to help edit a book on womanist theology in the years to follow after that.